It's pretty clear to say this fall has given us some of the best anime of the year, from brand new gems to mind-blowing new seasons of our favorite shows. And today, we're diving into the top 6 hidden gems of 2025. Because, as a fellow anime connoisseur, I know what it's like to finish a spectacular show, then suddenly feel empty. Roaming the streaming wasteland like an NPC, just wondering what to watch next. Luckily for you, you've subscribed to the channel. So kick back, relax, and allow me to do all the talking. Let's begin with the multiverse of madness that is Dan Da Dan. Now, for those of you who may not know, Dan Da Dan was a certified sleeper hit of 2024, and in 2025 it came back swinging. This show is a fever dream in the best way possible. Psychics, aliens, curses, a possessed schoolgirl, and a dude with literally one ball who throws hands like it's his divine calling. Season 2 kicks off with the gang stumbling into a hidden passage in Gigi's house, and from there, it's full throttle into supernatural absurdity. And I got to admit, I didn't think I'd be into it. You all know I'm a man of elegance, but for some reason, this anime actually managed to pull me in. One moment you're laughing at some ridiculous antics, and the next, there's this surprising emotional depth that really tugs at your heartstrings. It's completely chaotic, from the absurd scenarios to the characters, each with their own style of structured randomness. But that's exactly what makes it beautiful. So, if you're looking for a show that's unpredictable in the best way possible, trust me, this one's a certified roller coaster. And speaking of surprises, number 5 on our list is Bullet. Now, this one completely blindsided me. At first, I was a bit skeptical. A friend recommended it, and I wasn't sold. It had that trying too hard to be cool energy at first glance. But then, while sitting at a police station, for, completely normal reasons, I decided to give it a try. And within 5 minutes, I was instantly hooked. Bullet follows a kid named Gear who dreams of leaving the walled city he's been trapped in his whole life. Think Attack on Titan vibes, but swap the Titans for mystery, style, and a talking polar bear with an attitude problem. Gear, along with his ragtag crew and a rusty robot with a rotating cast of personalities, gets roped into stealing a mysterious briefcase. And when I say mysterious, I mean the kind of case guarded by goons, hitmen, and enough firepower to level a city block. Naturally, things go sideways for our dubious trio, because when do anime heists ever go according to plan? What follows is an all-out, high-speed chase that ends with more questions than answers, and the sinking feeling that our so-called damsel in distress is far more than she seems. But what I really love about this series is its whole vibe. It's got this slick, lived-in aesthetic, and the way it paces itself is masterful. It doesn't just throw you into chaos, it lets the tension simmer, blending calm, madness, and mystery into something addictive, and every episode just keeps you wanting more. Now, taking the 4th spot is the monster of the moment, Kaiju No. 8. Honestly, one of the most anticipated returns of the year. I never thought a story about a middle-aged man chasing his dreams while occasionally turning into a giant monster could grip me so tight. But yet, here we are. Season 2 kicks off with Kafka imprisoned, execution looming over his head. But the higher-ups delay it. Instead, Kafka is left in limbo, while the rest of Division 3 gets scattered across new squads after their last battle nearly leveled a city. In a twist nobody saw coming, Kafka is reassigned to Division 1, the elite squad led by none other than Gen Narumi, your not-so-typical Defense Force captain. Imagine if a Twitch streamer suddenly decided to become a god-tier kaiju hunter. For a captain, he's exceptionally goofy, but when the fight starts, this man is more dangerous than any kaiju. We're also introduced to an entirely new squad of elite fighters, each more terrifyingly skilled than the last. And Kafka stuck between being a liability and humanity's greatest hope. This season shows off another side of Kafka. While Season 1 had him trying his best to hide his powers, Season 2 leans into the emotional struggle. We witness Kafka in an internal battle, fighting to overcome guilt, fear of losing control, and the weight of mastering his kaiju power, all while trying to save the world. Speaking of men with secret pasts, here comes another anime starring a middle-aged man. Coming in at number 3 is Sakamoto Days Season 2, but unlike Kafka, this one doesn't need to morph into a monster to be terrifying. Taro Sakamoto was once the deadliest hitman in the world, his name alone enough to send assassins packing. But then, in the most unthinkable plot twist, he fell in love, opened a humble convenience store, and fully committed to the dad-bod lifestyle. Or so he thought, until a 1 billion yen bounty lands on his head. Season 2 doesn't waste a second. It dives headfirst into the action, introducing 4 lethal, highly dangerous serial killers, each more unhinged than the last. Their mission? Take out Taro Sakamoto. And while he might look like your friendly neighborhood shopkeeper, the man hasn't lost a step. We also get a deeper look at Shin's new ability, Future Sight. Not just mind reading, but combat foresight, which lets him read the battlefield like a symphony in motion, predicting his opponent's next move before it even forms in their mind, by syncing with their instincts, body language, and motor readiness. Then comes a new version of Lou, mafia royalty with a side of sadistic charm that's terrifyingly attractive. And if I'm being honest, this is the most unhinged version of her we've seen yet. Overall, we get a broader look at some of the series' most iconic characters, alongside the shadowy mastermind behind the bounty, Slur. And I, for one, can't wait to see just how far his influence reaches and the chaos he's about to unleash. But if you're looking for something a little darker, look no further than number 2 on our list, Gachiakuta. Now this anime? Grit and grief stitched into every frame. I'll be honest, this one caught me completely off guard. I hadn't even heard of it before it aired, but by the end of episode 1, I was hooked. Gachiakuta isn't just another revenge story. It's a grimy, heart-wrenching plunge into a society where the unwanted are literally thrown away. We follow Rudo, a boy born in the slums, hated for crimes he never committed, the son of a man who was tossed into the pit, an abyss where both trash and people are dumped. Rudo finds meaning in broken things, fixing what others discard. But when his only family is murdered and he's framed for it, everything comes crashing down. Dragged through the streets like garbage, betrayed, condemned, and finally cast into the pit. But that's where his story truly begins, because beneath the trash is a city, a fractured world with its own rules, dangers, and people just trying to survive. At first, Rudo only wanted one thing, to climb back to the surface and destroy the ones who betrayed him. But as his journey in the pit deepens, that fire of vengeance begins to shift. Because now, fighting alongside the cleaners, a group of givers who wield unique powers to protect what little hope remains, Rudo finds something he's never had. Connection, a cause, a strange, stitched-together family. And maybe, for the first time, he's not just fighting against the world, he's fighting for something too. Because Gachiakuta is more than just a series. It's rebellion, wrapped in animation, a story that bleeds out with every step. And finally, taking the reins at number 1 is the Lord of the Mysteries. Allow me to introduce you to the crown jewel on our list, the embodiment of pure spectacle. Because Lord of the Mysteries is not just an anime, it's an ascension. Set in a Victorian-esque world where mystical potions offer divine power at the cost of madness, this story weaves gothic horror with spiritual alchemy. This anime doesn't simply tell a story, it lures you in. It beckons with velvet hands and whispers secrets only the fog dares keep. Our protagonist, Klein Moretti, dies and awakens in a new reality. A reality where secret orders, ancient deities, and forbidden truths lurk behind scarlet curtains. He becomes the Fool, a figure moving through mist and madness, tarot and fate. The rules of this world are unclear, the logic, fluid, and yet everything feels inevitable. This anime doesn't explain, it entices. Every episode pulls you deeper into the fog, asking not for your understanding, but for your surrender. And perhaps the most captivating element, the way it captures Klein's dual identity, how he shifts from humble scholar to an enigmatic figure of power above the grey fog. Lord of the Mysteries has that rare gift, leaving you perpetually unsure of what's going on, yet utterly unable to stop watching. And I, for one, am in love with it. So what do you think of this year's most underrated hits? Let me know your picks in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.